All right, this afternoon we are spreading awareness about a disease that really is not talked about enough. It's pancreatic cancer. It is one of the deadliest of them all. Traditionally, it certainly has been. It is rarely caught in the early stages. That's a big part of the problem. And a lot of times there are no symptoms until later on. According to the American Cancer Society, by the time you start to notice anything in a lot of these cases, there may already be a lot of disease progression. Now, historically speaking, pancreatic cancer has been especially deadly, but right now, here in this studio, we have someone who has beaten the odds. Joining us right now, Kenny Annette, a survivor of pancreatic cancer. Kenny, first of all, huge congratulations on that.
Thank you.
How long ago were you diagnosed?
15 years ago. This month.
So 15 years ago, when we're talking about pancreatic cancer, that tells me a lot of things. First of all, back then, you were almost in sort of a treatment desert, weren't you?
Yes.
I mean, there wasn't a lot available.
No. The survival rate back then was only 4.8% of people getting to 5 years. They told me that they're going to open me up, see what they can get out. I may have a chance to go 6 months to 9 months. 6 to 9 months
was about the max they were looking at, even with the treatment they were going to do. So they did surgery.
Yes.
They took out a lot.
Yes. They took my gallbladder. They took my a big portion of my pancreas. They took my duodenum. They took a big portion of my intestine. And they put 320 stitches inside me. 320
stitches inside you.
Me.
So that just gives you an idea of how invasive this surgery was to try to get all of it out. But the great news is, here you are, sitting here 15 years later after they told you that max you might be looking at 6 to 9 months.
Exactly.
What was your thought when you were told pancreatic cancer?
That was a time that Patrick Swayze had just died.
Yeah.
The word pancreas was kind of unknown to everybody, including me.
Yeah.
But once the doctor went in to check, and I was under, and I woke up, he walked to me, he said, "You have pancreatic cancer," just like that.
Jeez.
And I looked at him, I said, "How much time?" He said, 6 to 9 months, if we operate on you.
And how was this discovered? Was this, I mean, were you in there for something else, or had you been having issues?
Yes, I had very minor back pain.
Okay.
And I thought it might be my lungs or my back, so I went to my doctor, to check it. And he said, "I want to do a blood work." I said, "For back pain?" He said, "Yeah, you're kind of yellow." Next day he called me, he said, "Have you had lunch yet?" I said, "Nope." He said, "Don't. I've already checked you in. We're going to go inside and look at your pancreas."
Wow.
And that was that quick.
So this started with a little bit of back pain.
Very minor back pain. Some people get minor diarrhea, loss of weight, loss of appetite. I didn't have any of those, none.
So you had no clue?
I was a fighter pilot most of my life, so I was very healthy. I never expected that.
So, so your doctor aptly picked up on something just because he saw something coloration-wise. Right. But looking back now, you don't see any other symptoms that you might have noticed during that time?
A little bit of fatigue.
Okay.
I'm a runner, so I had a kind of hard time running, but that was it, really.
So barely anything was going on there. What stage was this cancer at?
3.
3, okay, and that's what we were talking about. So many times the symptoms are hidden until it has progressed quite a ways.
Right.
Talk a little bit about, because when you were diagnosed, you're saying less than 5%, survival rate for 5 years.
Correct.
Things have really come a long way, though. I mean, it's still not great or perfect, obviously, but we've heard year after year here of all of these new treatments coming online, and those have made a difference.
Yes, we're up to over 12% now. And that means tens of thousands of lives saved. We just need more attention. We need things like what you do today to raise awareness. We need funding. We need Congress to help us. Because PanCan is an organization that has been focused on finding treatment and spending money on research. We need funding from the Congress.
Yeah.
One thing that sometimes people get cancer because they smoke. or they drink. PanCan is non-selective. Could be anybody. Could be anybody at any time.
And we have to not only get that awareness out there among people, but even among medical professionals. I mean, your doctor picked up on something slight there and immediately made the reservation to get you in there and have you checked out. It's something that should be on everybody's minds. So the awareness is important, but of course, so is the fight to get more resources for this. How do people get involved in this? Because, I would imagine that as you set out in this journey 15 years ago, it felt kind of lonely, like it didn't feel like there was a big network.
Right. Now we have a organization called PanCan. It's called pancan.org is the way to access. We have the patient survivor network. They can call in and they'll get free literature. They get free support. I do coach some patients myself. And
there's a phone number too.
1-800-2-PANCAN.
1-800-2-PANCAN, and again the web.
I'm sorry, 877-2-PANCAN. She corrected me.
Okay, go back. Erase that.
877-2-PANCAN.
877-2-PANCAN, and again the website.
Pancan.org. PANCAN.org.
And again, just pay attention to what your body's telling you. Even look for the slightest little changes.
Absolutely.
And just go have a checkup if something appears even a little bit off.
Absolutely.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
15 years later. Kenny Annett, a survivor of pancreatic cancer. Big congrats again.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being with us today and keeping the word out there and making people aware of this and wearing your purple to
Thank you, the chance that you gave
today.
us today. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, our pleasure.
It's been amazing.
Thank you.